petitions received by the National Human Rights Commission.
Okay. Now papers to be laid on the table. Shri C.V. Sagar Rao.
Of my senior colleague C.L.K. Advanji, I beg to lay on the table the papers listed against his name at item number 1 of today's revised list of business.
Shri Anant Kumar.
Sir, I beg to lay on the table of the House the papers mentioned against my name at serial number 2 of today's list of business.
Shri T.R. Balu.
Sir, I beg to lay on the table of the House the papers mentioned against my name in today's list of business.
Shri Arun Jaitley.
Sir, I beg to lay on the table of the House the papers mentioned in serial number 4 against my name in today's revised list of business.
Dr. Murli Manohar Joshi.
महोदय, मैं आज की पुनरीक्षित कार्यसूची में क्रम संख्या 5 के सामने मेरे नाम के आगे उल्लिखित कागजात सभा पटल पर रखने का निवेदन करता हूँ।
श्री प्रमोद महाजन।
महोदय, आपकी अनुमति से मैं आज की संशोधित कार्यसूची में क्रम संख्या 6 पर मेरे नाम के आगे उल्लेखित कागजात सदन के पटल पर रखता हूँ।
श्री नीतीश कुमार।
Sir, I beg to lay on the table of the House papers mentioned against my name at item number 7 in today's revised list of business.
श्री जय सिंह राव गायकवाड़ पाटिल।
सभापति महोदय, मैं आपकी अनुमति से और माननीय सुंदरलाल जी पटवा की ओर से वे सभी दस्तावेज सभा पटल पर रखता हूं जो माननीय सुंदरलाल जी पटवा के नाम के आगे लिखे गए हैं।
श्री राजगोपाल।
Sir, I beg to lay on the table of the House papers mentioned against the name of Sri Sharath Yadav in item number 9 today's list of business.
Again, Shri Rajgopal in place of Mrs. Gandhi.
On behalf, I beg to lay on the table of the House papers mentioned against Mrs. Menega Gandhi in item number 10 in today's list of business.
Again, Shri Rajgopal in place of Major General Khanduri.
Sir, on behalf of my colleague Major General Khanduri, I beg to lay on the table of the House papers mentioned against him on item number 11 in today's list of business.
Shri Rajgopal in place of Mrs. Vasundhara Raje Scindia.
Sir, on behalf of Srimati Vasundhara Raje, I beg to lay on the table of the House papers mentioned against the name of Mrs. Vasundhara Raje in item number 12 in today's list of business.
Shri Rajgopal on behalf of Santosh.
On behalf
Gangwar.
of Sri Santosh Gangwar, I beg to lay on the table of the House papers mentioned against his name in item number 13 in today's list of business.
Dr. Ballabh Bhai Kathiria.
Sir, I beg to lay the papers on the table of the House listed against my name at serial number 14 in today's revised list of business. Thank you.
Shri Muni Lal.
Papers on the table of the House mentioned against my name at serial number 15.
Shri Deben Pradhan.
Sir, I beg to lay on the table of the House the papers mentioned against my name at serial number 16 in today's list of business.
Shri O. Rajgopal.
Table of the House papers mentioned against my name in item number 17 in today's list of business.
Again, Shri Rajgopal on behalf
Sir,
of
I
Dr.
beg
Raman.
to lay on the table of the House papers mentioned against the name of Sri, my colleague Dr. Raman, item number 18 in today's list of business.
Shri Rajgopal on behalf of Shri Digvijay Singh.
Sir, on behalf of Sri Digvijay Singh, I beg to lay on the table of the House papers mentioned against his name in item number 19 in today's list of business.
Shri Rajgopal on behalf of Shri Nivas
Sir, on
Prasad.
behalf of my colleague Sri Srinivas Prasad, I beg to lay on the table of the House papers mentioned in item number 20 in today's list of business.
Shri Bala Sahab Vikhe Patil.
Sir, I beg to lay papers mentioned against my name serial number 21 in the revised list of business for today.
Now messages from Lok Sabha, Secretary General.
Sir, I beg to report that the Lok Sabha at its sitting held on 29th August 2001 had agreed without any amendment to the Motor Vehicles Amendment Bill 2001 passed by Rajya Sabha on the 6th August 2001. 2. On the 30th August 2001 had A. agreed without any amendment to the Marriage Laws Amendment Bill 2001 passed by Rajya Sabha on the 22nd August 2001. B. agreed without any amendment to the Code of Criminal Procedure Amendment Bill 2001 passed by Rajya Sabha on the 23rd August 2001. C. agreed without any amendment to the Indian Divorce Amendment Bill 2001 passed by Rajya Sabha on the 27th August 2001. D. agreed to the amendment made by Rajya Sabha on the 29th August in the Indian Council of World Affairs Bill 2001. And E. passed the Salaries and Allowances of Ministers Amendment Bill 2001. I lay a copy of the Salaries and Allowances of the Ministers Bill 2001 on the table.
Now, report of the department-related Parliamentary Standing Committee on Industry. नहीं अभी reports का है. Report of the department-related Parliamentary Standing Committee on Industry. Shri Ramdas Agrawal.
Sir, I beg to present a copy each in English and Hindi of the 53rd report of the department-related Parliamentary Standing Committee on Industry on modernization, restructuring and expansion programs of NALCO, Ministry of Mines.
Study 2 reports of the Committee on Public Undertakings. Srimati Ambika Soni.
Sir, I beg to lay on the table a copy each in English and Hindi of the study tour reports of the Committee on Public Undertakings, 13th Lok Sabha, in respect of the following undertakings: Hindustan Photo Films Manufacturing Company Limited, Hindustan Antibiotics Limited, New India Assurance Company Limited, Bharat Earth Movers Limited, Semiconductor Complex Limited.
Now, report of the Committee on Empowerment of Women. Srimati Shabana Ajmi.
Sir, I beg to lay on the table a copy in English and Hindi of the 4th report of the Committee on Empowerment of Women, 13th Lok Sabha, on health and family welfare programs for women. Thank you.
Now, reports of the Committee on Welfare of Scheduled Caste and Scheduled Tribe. Shri Paldan Gimestro.
Sir, I beg to lay on the table a copy each in English and Hindi of the following reports of the Committee on the Welfare of Scheduled Castes and Scheduled Tribes, 13th Lok Sabha, along with the minutes in English and Hindi of the sittings of the committee relating thereto. 1. 17 report on Ministry of Defence regarding military participation ratio of Scheduled Castes and Scheduled Tribes in defence services, policy and perspective. 2. 18th report on action taken by the government on the recommendations contained in first report, 13th Lok Sabha, of the Committee on the Welfare of Scheduled Castes and Scheduled Tribes regarding reservation services, including reservation admission and employment of Scheduled Castes and Scheduled Tribes in central universities.
Now, report of Standing Committee on Information Technology. Shri Narendra Mohan. Not present. Shri Balkavi Bairagi.
माननीय उपसभापति महोदय, मैं आज की कार्यसूची में मेरे नाम के आगे लिखी नई दूरसंचार नीति 1999 का कार्यान्वयन के संबंध में संचार मंत्रालय, दूरसंचार विभाग से संबंधित सूचना प्रौद्योगिकी संबंधी स्थायी समिति 13वीं लोकसभा की एक प्रति अंग्रेजी तथा हिंदी में सभा पटल पर रखता हूँ. धन्यवाद.
Now, statements of the Standing Committee on Petroleum and Chemicals. Shri Ramnath Kovind. Not present. Shri Rajiv Ranjan Singh Lalan.
उपसभापति महोदय, मैं पेट्रोलियम और प्राकृतिक गैस मंत्रालय की अनुदान मांगे 2000-2001 के संबंध में चौथे प्रतिवेदन में अंतर्विष्ट सिफारिशों के संबंध में सरकार द्वारा की गई कार्रवाई पर पेट्रोलियम और रसायन संबंधी अस्थायी समिति के 10वें प्रतिवेदन के अध्याय 1 और 5 में अंतर्विष्ट सिफारिशों पर सरकार द्वारा की गई कार्रवाई के संबंध में विवरणों की एक प्रति हिंदी तथा अंग्रेजी में सभा पटल पर रखता हूँ.
Now, report of the Standing Committee on Energy. Shri Santosh Bagrodia. Not present. Shri Ved Prakash Goel.
Sir, I beg to lay on the table a copy in English and Hindi of the 18th report of the Standing Committee on Energy, 13th Lok Sabha, on the Coal Mines Nationalization Amendment Bill 2000.
Yes.
Sir, I seek your kind permission to draw the attention of the Honorable House and especially the Honorable Prime Minister to a statement made by one Mr. Roy, an ex-MP, about the Prime Minister's knowledge of the conspiracy behind the demolition of the Babri Masjid. According to his statement, he says that the Prime Minister was privy to that matter. Now, in this background, we in this House and the country would like to know as to how far this statement of Mr. Dr. Roy is correct, and if it is correct, then we would like to know what is the clarification of the Prime Minister about it. And secondly, in case there is any doubt about this, whether the Prime Minister is prepared to have an inquiry done into it so that this matter should be very clearly known to the country. We cannot have a situation where the situation and the position of the Prime Minister is in doubt on such a vital and sensitive matter. There is not something which only concerns the Prime Minister personally. It concerns the polity of this country on an issue which is very, very divisive and which has led to a lot of suffering in the country.
Please.
I am only saying that does the Prime Minister have any sense of responsibility? And if such a statement is made, is it not desirable that a person who occupies the office of the Prime Minister at least should issue a clarification, a statement? He can say, categorically deny it, I will accept it. But he cannot sit quietly and have the best of both. It is not.
I will. I'll call you. I'll give you a chance.
It is not somebody.
Please take your. बैठिए मीना जी.
तो ये तो मैंने कहा नहीं कि आप बीच में खड़े हो जाएं. The simple thing I am asking for is a categorical denial. And if there is not a categorical denial, whether this government will institute an inquiry into this allegation.
Shri Nilotpal Basu.
Actually, I had sought permission from the chairman on also the other matter which has also come up on the basis of the information given by the UNI about the taken over disputed land of 47 acres in the Babri Masjid complex. And sir, you will remember that last Sunday, the Prime Minister had made a statement in a press conference. In a press conference in Lucknow, that he is going to sort out the Ayodhya dispute. And subsequently, this report was coming from the UNI, quoting Vishwa Hindu Parishad sources that already a process is on where the Prime Minister has spoken to legal luminaries and officials of the law ministry that the disputed land which was taken over by the central government in 1993, it will be handed over back to the Vishwa Hindu Parishad and the Ram Janmabhoomi Trust before March 2002, so that the deadline which has been given by the VHP to build the temple in the disputed site in contravention of the existing laws of the land. So, sir, we would also like, because the things are getting mysterious and more mysterious, so we need a comprehensive clarification from the government on these issues.
संसदीय कार्य मंत्री. चलिए.
आज उत्तर प्रदेश के पुलिस अफसर ने जो बहुत जिम्मेदारी के पद पर था, उसने बयान दिया है और स्पष्ट रूप से उसने कहा है कि उसमें कई मंत्री उस बैठक में उपस्थित थे. माननीय मुरली मनोहर जोशी जी का भी उसने नाम लिया है और मंत्रियों का नाम लिया है और साथ ही उसने ये भी कहा है कि प्रधानमंत्री को भी इस बात की पूरी जानकारी थी. श्रीमान, ऐसी स्थिति में तो ये निश्चित रूप से बात आती है कि इस षड्यंत्र में उस समय इन सब लोगों का हाथ था. तो अगर इसकी सफाई नहीं होगी श्रीमान, तो निश्चित रूप से अपने देश की जनता और दुनिया की जनता इसी बात को कहेगी। तो मैं आपके माध्यम से सरकार से मांग करता हूं कि इस बात में या तो वो पूरी तरीके से खंडन करती या आप करें, तो उसका श्रीमान आप जरा सा इनसे जवाब लीजिए।
जोशी जी का नाम आया है, जोशी जी को थोड़ा
सभापति जी, मैं बहुत विनम्रता के साथ ये निवेदन करना चाहता हूं कि ऐसी कोई बैठक लखनऊ में श्री कल्याण सिंह जी के घर पर नहीं हुई जिसमें माननीय प्रधानमंत्री, मैं तथा श्री लाल कृष्ण आडवाणी जी उपस्थित रहे हों। मैं इसको पूरे तौर पर इसका खंडन करता हूं। ये शरारत से भरा हुआ समाचार है, इसमें बिल्कुल बेबुनियाद, निराधार, तथ्यों के विपरीत और राजनीति से प्रेरित।
श्री कलराज मिश्र।
श्रीमान, अभी जो सम्मानित सदस्य ने प्रधानमंत्री के बारे में और उस वक्तव्य के बारे में जो अयोध्या के समस्या के समाधान के बारे में आया था, जो आरोपित किया है, मानवर पूरे तथ्य के जानकारी के बगैर इस प्रकार की भाषा का प्रयोग करना ठीक नहीं है। मानवर प्रधानमंत्री जी ने बड़ी जिम्मेदारी के साथ जो पत्रकार वार्ता थी, पत्रकार वार्ता में उन्होंने इस विषय की शुरुआत नहीं की थी। एक पत्रकार ने पूछा कि अयोध्या के प्रश्न पर आप क्या करना चाहते हैं, वीएचपी का नाम लेकर के पूछा था। उस समय प्रधानमंत्री ने उसी बात को दोहराया था जो उन्होंने संसद के दूसरे सदन में ये बयान दिया था कि इस मामले का हल या तो वार्ता के माध्यम से या जो कोर्ट का फैसला होगा उसके माध्यम से होगा। उसी बात को उन्होंने कहा कि इस संबंध में वार्ता चल रही है और उसका समाधान हो सकता है मार्च तक हो जाए। ये मानव जो शब्द प्रयोग हुआ यही हुआ है। और प्रधानमंत्री ने अगर ये बात कही है तो मार्च तक मैं कह रहा हूं, मार्च तक समाधान हो जाने की संभावना। मैं चाहूंगा कि मैं आपके बीच में कोई मार्च के अंदर समाधान हो जाने की संभावना है, यह शब्द प्रयोग किया था। मानवर मैं ये कहना चाहता हूं, अगर प्रधानमंत्री जिम्मेदारी के साथ राष्ट्रीय स्तर पर उठाए गए समस्या के समाधान की संभावना के बारे में वार्ता करते हैं, मानवर मैं चाहूंगा कि सम्मानित सदस्य हमारी बात सुनने का कष्ट करें। मानवर इस तरीके से इंटरप्ट करना ठीक नहीं है। प्रधानमंत्री अगर जिम्मेदारी के साथ, मानवर मैं कहना चाहता हूं, प्रधानमंत्री ने अगर जिम्मेदारी के साथ ऐसे राष्ट्रीय स्तर पर जो समस्या है उस समस्या के समाधान के लिए अगर उन्होंने वार्ता की बात कही और विभिन्न स्तरों पर चल भी रही होगी, कोई आवश्यक नहीं है कि समाधान के पूर्व उसका डिस्क्लोजर किया जाए। प्रधानमंत्री ने कहा है, गंभीरता से कहा है, प्रामाणिकता के साथ कहा है और समस्या के समाधान होने की बात आप सब लोग भी चाहते हैं। अगर समाधान हो तो इसमें हर्ज क्या है मान्यवर, इसमें हर्ज क्या है? समस्या का समाधान होना चाहिए, किस रूप में हो उसके बारे में विचार किया जा सकता है। मानो इस तरीके से अर्जुन सिंह जी सम्मानित है। मानो एक वाक्य और कहना चाहूंगा, डॉक्टर जोशी जी की एक बात आई है।
आप बैठिए, संसदीय कार्य मंत्री जी।
उपाध्यक्ष जी, दो बातें उठाई गई है। वैसे डॉक्टर जोशी जी ने खुद ही कहा है, इसलिए उसमें अधिक इसकी ज़रूरत नहीं है, लेकिन समाचार पत्र में ये खबर आने के बाद आज सुबह 10:30 बजे मैं प्रधानमंत्री जी से मिला था। क्योंकि इन सभी दिनों में मैं खुद लखनऊ में था, इसलिए ऐसी कोई बैठक हुई नहीं थी, इसकी मुझे पूर्ण विश्वास था। लेकिन मैंने सोचा फिर भी पूछ कर, सदन में कहना है तो जिम्मेदारी के साथ और प्रधानमंत्री की ओर से कहना है तो उनसे फिर पूछना चाहिए। और इसलिए मैं पूर्ण जिम्मेदारी से और प्रधानमंत्री की ओर से कहता हूं कि इस प्रकार की कोई बैठक, मतलब प्रधानमंत्री जी, गृह मंत्री जी या मानव संसाधन मंत्री जो आज है, इन तीनों में से दोनों की या अकेले की, ऐसी कोई बैठक कल्याण सिंह जी के घर पर नहीं हुई। मैं समझता हूं, और कहीं हुई फिर हो सके कल्याण सिंह की नहीं गई तो और किसी सिंह के घर हुई, तो कहीं तो इसलिए ऐसी कोई बैठक कहीं नहीं हुई। भारतीय जनता पार्टी में किसी ने किसी प्रकार का बाबरी ढांचे को ढाने का षड्यंत्र किया ही नहीं था, इसलिए उसमें मिलने का न मिलने का, बैठक होने का कोई सवाल नहीं आता है। और हम ये समझे कि एक व्यक्ति जो वहां एसपी था, जिसको भारतीय जनता पार्टी ने टिकट नकारा, वो 9 साल के बाद अचानक रहस्य उद्घाटन बैठक का करता है। इसको कितना महत्व देना, ये मैं हर एक की सत विवेक बुद्धि पे छोड़ देता हूं।
रेड्डी, अब मंत्री भी बोल रहे हैं। मिश्रा जी,
अरे विषय को मत बढ़ाइए भाई, खत्म करिए। दूसरा नीलोत्पल जी
रेडी है, सल्ला जी
आगे चलो भाई,
चलिए।
मैं प्रधानमंत्री की ओर से बोल रहा हूं, इस पर जब तक आपका विश्वास है तब तक बाकी चिंता छोड़ दीजिए। उसमें जो दूसरा मुद्दा आपने उठाया है, मैं उसमें भी निश्चित रूप से कह सकता हूं कि 1993 में जो जमीन का अधिग्रहण हुआ था, भारत सरकार उसके विश्वस्त के रूप में काम कर रही है और ये जमीन किसी को भी देने का किसी भी प्रकार का प्रस्ताव आज सरकार के सामने नहीं है।
ठीक, नाउ स्पेशल मेंशंस।
I make a submission.
क्या है?
We have about 32 special mentions.
हाँ.
May I request that, may I suggest that.
सर आज एक प्रेजेंट मुद्दा है, कल के लिए। अब कल अगर 2002 के मार्च के पहले कोई नहीं है, लेकिन मैं उम्र भर के लिए किसी को बांध नहीं सकता। कल अरे मैं कह रहा हूं ना सर, 2002 के मार्च तक कोई नहीं है।
सिंगल जी, राजगोपाल, ठीक
Chairman sir, I would like to suggest that we have about 32 special mentions and one special mention also allowed today. May I suggest that regarding these 32, may I suggest that the names of the persons or the honorable members who have given notice may be read, and the subject which they have raised may be read, and since the entire matter is on record, it may be taken as read.
क्या इस मामले में सदन की राय है? ठीक है। तो जिन माननीय सदस्यों के नाम पुकारे जाएंगे वो केवल शीर्षक बोलेंगे जिस संबंध में उनको स्पेशल मेंशन की अनुमति प्रदान की गई है। श्री दारा सिंह चौहान, केवल शीर्षक, बाकी आप सदन के पटल पर रख दीजिएगा। विवरण
पढ़ेगा नहीं सभापति महोदय, 2 मिनट लगेगा। अच्छा सरकार,
पूरे सदन की राय हो गई है।
सरकार के ठीक है।
अच्छा, हम आपका शीर्षक पढ़ दें, उसका वाचन कर दें।
सरकार के गलत नीति के कारण सभापति महोदय,
दारा सिंह ठीक, श्री दारा सिंह चौहान, weavers on the verge of starvation due to wrong policies of government. Shrimati Saroj Dubey, development of places of historical significance in Bihar. Shri Vijay Singh Yadav, development of Sanskrit. Shri S. Nirai Kulathan, not present. Present. Acha, this side. Release of water in Kaveri. Professor Ramdev Bhandari, drought and flood assistance for Bihar. Srimati Vanga Geeta, concurrence of the Government of India to the proposed state amendments. Shri Ravi Shankar Prasad, killing of Dalits in Bihar. Shri S. Gokul Indra, investment in multi-level marketing. Shri Y. Radhakrishna Murthy, apprehension of poultry and dairy farmers. Shri K. Kalavenkata Rao, regional choir centers in Andhra Pradesh. Shri C. O. Paulos, request for amending Payment of Bonus Act. Professor M. Shankarlingam, free flow of fake currency. Professor M. M. Agarwal, need to take effective measures for promotion and development of tourism infrastructure in the country. Shri Dupad Bargogen, bifurcation of Bokajan Cement Factory from the Cement Corporation of India. Shri R. S. Gavai, absent. Dr. Dasri Narayan Rao, absent. Shri Kartar Singh Duggal, Guru Nanak's birthday. Shri Santosh Bagrodia, absent. Shri Rama Muni Reddy, not present. Shri Solapati Ramachandra Reddy, construction of bridge over national highways. Professor Srimati Bharti Ray, decline in research and patenting in India. Shri Rammohan Rao to associate. Shri Rama Shankar Kaushik, situation arising due to multinational companies in the country taking agricultural land from the farmers on contract basis. Shri Ramchand Khuntia, not present. Shri Balwant Singh Ramuwalia, not present. Srimati Jayaprada Nahata, female face of AIDS. Shri Ango Singh, opening of regional office of Ministry of Road, Transport and Highways for North East states at Imphal. Shri Ramchandra, restoration of allocation under party elevation program of Swarn Jayanti Gram Sarojgar Yojana in Andhra Pradesh. Shri Falero, not present. Dr. M. N. Das, 50 years demand for 40 kilometers road from Jaleshwar to Chandaneshwar. Shri Khagen Das, growth in rubber plantation and industries in Tripura. Shri Gandhi Azad, reservation in Baba Sahab Ambedkar University. सभी लोग जो चाह रहे हैं. Shri Rajiv Shukla, government's decision not to send cricket team to Pakistan to participate in Asian Test Championship.
Clear about the ICC knockout, the policy.
Now the two-member constituencies abolition and other laws repeal bill 2001. Shri Rao. 2 minutes.
से आग्रह करना है कि वो हाउस में और आए और अपनी उपस्थिति से हमें लाभान्वित करें.
चलिए, आपकी शुभकामनाएं. वैसे सामान्यतः ऐसी बात बोली नहीं जाती, लेकिन आपकी जो सद्भावना है वो इससे इंगित होती है. हाँ, श्री राव टू.
Sir, I beg to move that the bill to repeal the two-member Constituencies Abolition Act of 1961 and certain other enactments as passed by the Lok Sabha to be taken into consideration and will be passed, sir.
Now there is no member to speak.
It is a repeal bill, sir. There are.
Okay. Now there is no member to speak on this bill. The question is that the two-member Constituencies Abolition and Other Laws Repeal Bill 2001 as passed by the Lok Sabha be taken into consideration. Those in favor will please say aye. Those against will please say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. The motion is adopted. We shall now take up clause by clause consideration of the bill. Clause 2 and the schedule stand part of the bill. Those in favor will please say aye. Those against will please say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. Clause 2 and the schedule are adopted. Clause 1, the enacting formula and the title stand part of the bill. Those in favor will please say aye. Those against will please say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. Clause 1, the enacting formula and the title are adopted. Mr. Rao.
I beg to move that the bill be passed.
Okay. Motion moved that the bill be passed. The question is that the bill be passed. Those in favor will please say aye. Those against will please say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. The bill is passed. Now the next bill is the Registration and Other Related Laws Amendment Bill 2001. Shri Arun Jaitley.
Sir, I beg to move that the Registration and Other Related Laws Amendment Bill 2001 be taken into consideration and be approved by the Honorable House. Sir, this bill has been considered at length by the Standing Committee.
Very brief.
And there are 3-4 different components of this bill. The first is that it has been noticed by at various levels, both by the central government and the state governments, that a large number of property transactions relating to transfer of property are being conducted by such documents wherein under agreements and in part performance of agreements, the possession of the property is handed over, and across the country, barring a few states, the document doesn't require a registration. And because of the absence of the requirement of registration in those documents, it has been noticed that there is a large scale also evasion of stamp duty. Those documents become complete documents because the possessions are protected, and it had been a demand coming from a large number of states that compulsory registration of these documents across the country be provided for, and therefore this amendment seeks to provide for compulsory registration of all such agreements wherein part performance possession is sought to be granted. There was a second provision that registration of property anywhere in the country could be done in the 4 presidency towns. Some of the other states were feeling that this was leading to a loss of revenue as far as those states were concerned. This was also leading to absence of knowledge about those property transactions with the registrars in those states because they were registered elsewhere in the 4 presidency towns. The suggestion was that this be done away with. The third suggestion was, in which this bill was introduced, that a fingerprint and a photograph of the person going in for the registration of the document be undertaken on the registered document itself. The Standing Committee felt that the fingerprint and the photograph of both, that is the buyer and the seller, must be on the document itself. The government has accepted those suggestions. There is also an enabling provision in this bill that all documents with the registrar of offices can also be kept in computer floppies and disks, etc., so that inspections will become additionally very easier and record of those properties could be inspected throughout the country. So the bill found favor with the Standing Committee. This was an additional suggestion given by the Standing Committee which the government has accepted, and I move the Honourable House that this bill be adopted.
Okay. Motion moved. Now there is no member to speak on this bill. The question is that the Registration and Other Related Laws Amendment Bill 2001 as passed by Lok Sabha be taken into consideration. Those in favor will please say ayes. Aye. Those against will please say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. The motion is adopted. We shall now take up clause by clause consideration of the bill. Clauses 2 to 12 stand part of the bill. Those in favor will please say ayes. Those against will please say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. Clause 2 to 12 are adopted. Clause 1, the enacting formula and the title stand part of the bill. Those in favor will please say ayes. Those against will please say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. Clause 1, the enacting formula and the title are adopted. Shri Arun Jaitley.
Sir, I move that the bill be adopted by the House.
Motion moved that the bill be passed. The question is that the bill be passed. Those in favor will please say ayes. Those against will please say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. The bill is passed. You wanted to say something?
Only one suggestion. Regarding the witness, when they put their thumb impression, for them also the photograph should be elicited. When a document is at the time of registration, regarding the witnesses,
you may give that suggestion when you meet him.
While framing the rules.
Now the Central Sales Tax Amendment Bill 2001. Shri Ramchandran to move.
Sir, I beg to move the bill for the amendment the Central Sales Tax Act 1956 as passed by the Lok Sabha taken into consideration.
You wanted, would you like to say something? Nothing. Motion moved.
Yes, sir.
There is no member to speak on this bill. The question is that the Central Sales Tax Amendment Bill 2001 as passed by the Lok Sabha be taken into consideration. Those in favor will please say ayes. Aye. Those against will please say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. The motion is adopted. We shall now take up clause by clause consideration of the bill. Clauses 2 and 3 stand part of the bill. Those in favor will please say ayes. Those against will please say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. Clauses 2 and 3 are adopted. Clause 1, the enacting formula and the title stand part of the bill. Those in favor will please say ayes. Those against will please say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. Clause 1, the enacting formula and the title are adopted. Shri Ramchandra.
Sir, I beg to move that the bill be returned.
Motion moved that the bill be returned. The question is that the bill be returned. Those in favor will please say aye. Those against will please say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. The bill is returned. Now, the Manipur appropriation vote on account bill 2001. Shri Yashwant Sinha.
Sir, I beg to move that the bill to provide for the withdrawal of certain sums from and out of the consolidated fund of the state of Manipur for the services of a part of the financial year 2001-2002 as passed by Lok Sabha be taken into consideration.
Okay. Motion moved. Now there are two names. One, Mr. Ango Singh, you would like to say something? Please say briefly. Yes, Mr. Ango Singh.
Thank you, Mr. Vice Chairman, to allow me to participate in the discussion of Manipur budget. Sir, this budget is for the year of 2001-2002. The total gross expenditure is estimated to 2,434.57 crore against the revised estimate of 2001 figure 3,209.52 crore. Before I come to the discussion of this budget, then I want to say something about the present situation of the state of the Manipur. Sir, the Legislative Assembly of the Manipur had already authorized this expenditure of 2001-2002 for the year for the 4 months up to the July. Now the present budget was passed, which is to be passed now and now under discussion is a vote of account for 4 months from August to November. But I want to say something about the Manipur, and then now Manipur is under president rule. Because of that, this budget come to this parliament, and Manipur is a state of composed both hill and plain. But out of the total population of 3 lakhs, then the 27.30% of the total population is the tribal people. Tribal people. They are mostly settled in the hill areas. And in the tribal also, there are 3 groups. One group is Naga group, another group is the Kuki group, the other is the intermediary group. There are 29 tribes in the hill areas. Most of them have their own dialects. They don't understand their language with each other. The Manipuri language is the lingua franca of each tribe. Now, the position is that on 2nd June 2001, President rule was imposed, and on 14/6/2001, then the decision of the Government of India with the NSNIM regarding the extension of ceasefire beyond Nagaland has been taken. Then, because of that decision, now almost all the major people of the state, except Nagas, revolted against the decision of the Government of India. Because of that, the historical building, the assembly building, including the secretariat and the minister quarters and MLA's quarter has been burned down. The matter has already been placed with the House, though I don't want to say more. Something I want to mention about that one in connection with this budget. But even now, the people of Manipur have a feeling that whether that situation which is now under control after making an announcement from the Home Minister that without territorial limit, the word without territorial limit has been removed. That now it will be removed from that agreement. But there is a doubt from the people that the NSNIM denied the statement of the Home Minister. Because of that, there is a tension among the people of Manipur. And because of that, the Nagas group, they are now revolted against revolted against the decision of the government of India, and they are disturbing to the normal life of the people of Manipur. They are disturbing to the normal life of the people of Manipur, and the National Highway 39, which is the lifeline of the state of Manipur, where all the essential commodity and the petrol, diesels, and others commodities are to be carried into the state of Manipur, has been blocked more than 1 month. Because of that, the situation of the state is now very critical, and everywhere there is no any normalcy. Even now, most of the MLAs who are most of the Naga MLAs, 9 Naga MLAs, they have gone to their constituency and they are not returned. They are not returned now. And the situation in the hilly area is also not calm. And in the valley also there is a great doubt. Because of that, we have to see, we have to wait what will be happen in the near future. Another ugly incident that was taken place on the 18th June 2001, which destroyed everything in the state of Manipur. So this is the position now. But because of that, the government of India, that is the Home Minister, should consider that the present assembly is to be dissolved and a new election is to be held. But in that respect, I have a great doubt that I have no opposed to the dissolution of assembly. But the only question, only the situation which I want to place through you, sir, to this house, that this situation now prevailing in the state will not be in a position to hold election in the near future. Now the Honorable Finance Minister wants to take a vote of account only 4 months. I don't expect that within these 4 months there will not be any normalcy. Now most of the Nagas officers and most of the employees, Naga employees who have gone to, who has left and gone to their hill areas, they are denied to return. Now the present government, they don't inform whether they have informed to the center or not. But most of those Nagas, officers and employees, they are not returning to their duty. They are not returning to their duty because they have also a feeling that they have an apprehension from the interference of the underground, that the NSNIM. They have an apprehension and from the interference of the underground. Because of that, if they want to return, to the valley areas and to attend their office, they have an apprehension about that, the interference of that NSNIL. Because of that, there is no any government. Government is nothing to do. Government is nothing to do. No. Simply they are seeing and observing. They are seeing and observing the situation. To bring the normalcy is the need of ours of the people. So all the political parties are grounded. They have been sided. Nobody come out for bringing peace, for bringing normalcy in the state. Everywhere suspicion is there. Because of that I think it will be better to utilize the service of the MLA for the time being. But I don't want to bring back the popular government. But the only which I want is to extend this suspension for the time being in order to utilize the service of the MLA, because the assembly is the center where all the MLAs, all the representatives are discussing the different issues which are growing up day by day and thinking for bringing solution. So my request to the Home Minister that this dissolution of the assembly should be kept delay for the time being. And another one is that their service is also to be utilized properly in order to bring back normalcy to the state of Manipur. Now the situation is that in the hill areas, Naga Hoho, Naga National Council are organizing meeting on September 4, 2001 and at Chenapati district to impress upon the government of India for unification of the Naga inhabited area and demanding for honoring the 14th June ceasefire agreement in Toto. They are holding another meeting. They will be holding another meeting, and the political system or the party and now the political system of all the political parties are now grounded. And NSN IM is now active in the hill area. They are influencing the people of the hill area. They boycotted in the last elections. So many elections they boycotted. And the need of the hour is to utilize the service of all the political party and including the MLA. And I now request that to all the members that at least all party delegation should go to the state and to see the position, the situation now prevailing in the state. And before concluding my speech, then I want to say something about the budget. That on alarming features of the budget is that against the opening balance minus 382.68 crore, the closing balance is minus 498.67 crore, showing a deficit of rupees 116 crore during the current year's transaction. This trend of deficit is seen in the last few years, and there is likely that within the next few years it could be impossible to manage the finance of the state. And in order to normalize the state budget, the state funding, the state has entered into a memorandum of understanding on 9/4/98 with the Ministry of Finance, Department of Expenditure, which provide a roadmap to fiscal reform in the state. In spite of the various measures taken up by the state, including harsh measures like suspending value allowance to the state employees due to weak resource, the state is finding difficult to meet the aim. Even now, taking into consideration the figure in the budget, there is serious crisis in the cash position of the state, unable to spend any more for development activities. With this law and order situation all the development activities are not taken up on emergency basis, and the law and order situation will be worsened in the period of no return. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Shri Ramchandraya, not present. Now, Mr. Minister.
Sir, my name was not there.
Your name was not here. You want to speak?
I want to speak a few. Thank you, Mr. Vice Chairman, sir, to allow me to speak a few.
Okay.
I like to support the Manipur appropriation bill here because it is very much essential. Otherwise, a government functioning cannot be run there. So, I rise to support this bill and I support it. But while I am going to support this bill, I want to raise 2 or 3 points. The first point is the situation that leads to the animated suspension of Manipur Assembly is not healthy. That is my viewpoint, sir. The fall of the government was due to the defection of a group of the same ruling circle. Sir, the decision that has been taken by the Union government in such a situation, I think is quite wrong. They stay quite wrong. It will not help maintain the proper norms of parliamentary democracy also. It will not help. It will lead to horse trading. So which is very, very dangerous to our present day democracy. Sir, this not only deteriorates the value of democracy, but also it creates the situation where common people may lose faith in our politics. So, sir, I am of opinion that such type of animated suspension which may lead for horse trading should be avoided at this late hours also. That is my first point. I could not subscribe with the opinion of our honorable member, Mr. Angao Singh. He said that there are certain situations there which is not helpful for election. But I think this animated suspension should be avoided and this should be dissolved and fresh election should be made. And for the making of fresh election, there is also situation there. Such type of a difficult situation sometimes had arisen in Assam also in 1983. At that time also election is being held. In Kashmir also certain type of difficulties are there. At that time also some election is held. So Manipur also faces some difficulties. It is right. But yet in the previous election of the Manipur state also people faces some difficulty. So we should think over the matter, and the animated suspension of this assembly should not be there, and fresh election should be given, and that is my viewpoint, sir. Secondly, some ominous development occurred in Manipur along with democratic movement against the ceasefire, NSC and IM. Some ominous development occurred in Manipur along with democratic movement against the ceasefire with NSC and IM without territorial limits. Here, everybody of us knows quite well that the agreement was quite wrong. It is against the peace and harmony in the region. Ironically, it is made to bring peace without knowing the sentiment of the people of the region, sir. So, it is boomeranged, and that too heavily in Manipur. Mr. Padmanabhaya, the chief mediator, failed in this respect. In relation to this agreement, the movement turned violent and most of the government houses were burnt there. The Manipur state exchequer has to bear this burn. Who will give this money? I urge upon the finance minister to look into this matter very seriously. And I think that the union government must bear this, as it happened due to an agreement made by the union government on wrong premises. So, with these words, I support this appropriation bill, and it is very much essential. Thank you, sir.
Shri Janeshwar Mishra.
उपसभापति महोदय, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद।
मैं इस बिल का समर्थन करता हूं और मणिपुर में राजनीतिक वातावरण में जो कुछ भी हुआ है उसके लिए कायदन हम लोगों को गृह मंत्री जी से जवाब तलब करना चाहिए। माननीय सदस्यों ने वित्त मंत्री महोदय के खिलाफ शिकायत करके एक तरह से इनके साथ अन्याय किया। बेहतर होता कि गृह मंत्री जी होते और वहां की परिस्थिति पर हम लोग बहस करते कि क्यों केंद्र सरकार को मणिपुर के लिए अलग से बजट बनाने और खर्चा करने की इजाजत मांगनी पड़ी। वो तो हो नहीं सकता, लेकिन अब सत्र का आखिरी दिन है शायद, लेकिन मैं वित्त मंत्री जी की तारीफ करना चाहता हूं इसलिए कि कम से कम उन्होंने ये बिल तो पेश किया। इस सरकार में माननीय नेता सदन कुछ ऐसे भी मंत्री हैं जिन्होंने किराया बढ़ा दिया, भाड़ा बढ़ा दिया और उन्होंने सदन में बयान तक नहीं दिया। हम लोग कल के बाद अपनी जनता के बीच में जाएंगे, लोग हमसे पूछेंगे कि रेल का किराया कैसे बढ़ गया, भाड़ा कैसे बढ़ गया, तुम लोगों ने क्या किया। जब लोकसभा चलती रहे,
कल
राज्यसभा
दिया
चलती
था,
रहे,
वक्तव्य दिया था,
तो उस समय
मिश्रा जी,
इस तरह की हरकत सरकार करे।
मिश्रा
मैं
जी,
सरकार
कल
की बात
रेल
कर रहा हूं।
मंत्री ने वक्तव्य
इनकी
दिया था।
तारीफ जब गृह मंत्री आखिरी दिन थोड़ा सा असंगत आदमी हो जाता है महोदय। जब गृह मंत्री से जवाब तलब किया जाता है इस पर, तो रेल मंत्री से भी हम चाहेंगे कि वित्त मंत्री जी और नेता सदन रेल मंत्री से कहें कि आज वो जरूर बयान दें कि ऐसा क्यों करना पड़ा। धन्यवाद।
ठीक है, उसको रिकॉर्ड में नहीं रखें।
राजगोपाल
जी ने कल स्टेटमेंट दिया है इस पर।
स्टेटमेंट इन द हाउस।
हाँ, परसों इस संबंध में वक्तव्य राजगोपाल जी, जो रेल विभाग के भी राज्य मंत्री हैं, वक्तव्य दिया है इसी सदन में। खैर, now the question is that you will reply?
Sir, I am grateful to the honorable members who have expressed their views with regard to the situation in Manipur, sir. According to my information, this honorable house had discussed in detail the situation in Manipur towards the end of last month, when the issue of the approval of imposition of President's rule had been taken up in this house. My distinguished colleague, the Minister of State in the Ministry of Home Affairs, is here, and I am quite sure that he has taken note of the various points which have been raised with regard to the political situation in Manipur, and I am equally certain that the Ministry of Home Affairs will take appropriate measures in the matter. Sir, as has been explained, I have also come before this house for only a vote on account. The Manipur legislature had adopted a vote on account for the 4 months up to the month of July, and I have come to this honorable house for its approval for expenditure for 4 months from August to November. Now, the reason why we are coming only with a vote on account and not a full budget for the whole year is that we believe, sir, that that popular rule should be restored in Manipur as quickly as possible. It is our hope that by the time we run through with this vote on account in the month of November, elections would have been held in Manipur and a popular government will be in position, and therefore for the part of the financial year which will still be left, they will take into account the popular aspirations and prepare a budget accordingly. Sir, my attention has been drawn to the deficit in the Manipur budget which has been projected in this statement of expenditure and income which I have laid. Sir, it is well known that the fiscal situation is critical. I have some figures here which will show that the total expenditure on only pay and allowances and pensions in the state of Manipur per month is around 68 crore rupees per month, and the state's own resources add up to only about 8 crore per month. Revenue and non-revenue receipts add up to just about 8 crores. So there is a gap of something like 60 crore every month as far as the state's own finances are concerned. These are made up by devolution from the center to the plan assistance and all that. I have also noticed that the Ways and Means support to the state government in the past years and even in the current year has been going up, and it is with this view, because we realized that there were structural problems with the finances of Manipur, while